Please, soldier, stop it. He's making me waste metal, though. And I'm fucking around. Dude, really?
Hey, today I just wanted to talk about what I consider to be one of the worst weapons in the entire game, the red tape recorder. In reality, this thing is more disappointing than useless. It's like the scorch shot. Annoying, but in and of itself, really not that effective of a weapon beyond a very niche specific purpose. That purpose is being annoying. The scorch shot synergizes with the flaw because its flares are easy to hit and light people on fire with. The red tape recorder is good for when you have serious beef with the other team's engineer and feel like making him regret every moment of his existence. Well, like seriously, the only thing the red tape recorder is good for is pissing the other team's NG off. Ask any engineer main about the red tape recorder and it'll go something like this. So, great googly moogly, what do you think about the red tape recorder?
The red tape recorder is one of the most putrid, vile, dead cow carcasses laying out in the middle of a Wyoming field I have ever fucking seen.
So today, I'm going to talk about the red tape recorder's impact in the game both as a psychological agent and how it holds up mano a mano with literally the only other option, the stock sapper. Let's begin.
By the way, I don't do transitional material. You probably picked that up right away.
Here's why the red tape recorder is less effective than the stock sapper. Generally speaking, a competent spy won't have too much trouble destroying an engineer's stuff, and the red tape just takes way longer to do it. This is always subjective, of course, as things like the skill of both the engineer and spy in question and RNG bullshit will play a large role in how the encounter turns out. But if you win the fight against the NG and are looking to be time efficient, you can't beat the stock sapper. Let's begin our Certified Sapper Experiment of Science! The objective of this experiment is to see how long it takes the stock sapper to completely destroy all 4 buildings of a level 3 nest, and juxtapose it with the red tape recorder. Let's begin. It took roughly 9.5 seconds to destroy the entire nest with the stock sapper. Now, let's run the same drill, but this time we're going to use the red tape recorder. It took the red tape recorder nearly 30 seconds to completely destroy a level 3 nest. People respawn faster than that. That engineer could theoretically respawn after being backstabbed, go and unsap his buildings, and all of your effort would have been for nothing. Alright, so if the red tape recorder isn't really an effective sapper, why is it annoying? Well, to understand this, we're gonna have to take a page from Uncle Dane's book and do some grade school level math. Let's take this engineer here. He just wants to get a nice, cozy little nest going. So, he slams down all 4 of his buildings, a sentry, a dispenser, and 2 ends of a teleporter. They are all level 1, and the engineer has just spent 330 metal to accomplish this. Now, let's begin the upgrading process. Each building can be upgraded twice, at a cost of 200 metal per level. Across 3 buildings, this equates to 600 metal to upgrade 1 level. Having already spent 330 to build said buildings, the engineer has now spent 930 metal to get a level 2 nest running. Another 600 to get to level 3 means that to have a fully functioning level 3 nest, an engineer needs to spend a total of 1,530 metal. Say, certified engineer main, that's quite a nice nest you've got here.
Thanks, mister.
It'd be a shame if I just fucked that right on up for you. Now, after being sapped with the red tape, the engineer will once more have to spend 600 metal to upgrade all of his buildings to level 3. If you recall the previous number of 1,530 being the total spent to get all buildings to level 3, a simple sap and cloak bitch maneuver from a spy can make the engineer eat nearly 40% of his total metal investment in an extremely low-risk, high-reward strike. That reward is watching the engineer call you the N-word in chat. If the buildings make it all the way down to level 1, the engineer is not only going to have to waste time while the buildings are playing the rebuilding animation, but he's going to have to spend 1,200 metal to get his buildings back to where they once were. This is now nearly 80% of his initial investment, taking harder than Bitcoin. If you've had your computer monitor turned on during this lesson, you are now aware of what makes the red tape recorder such an annoying weapon to fight against. So, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Well, not shit, because at the end of the day, the stock sapper is just all around better than the red tape recorder 99% of the time. Generally speaking, you're going to want to destroy an engineer's buildings as quickly as possible before he has time to either respond or respawn. The red tape just doesn't do that. Like, at all. So what could be done to make the red tape recorder a viable alternative to the stock sapper? Well, this is an idea that Great Googly Moogly and I have been bouncing around for a while, and it's the idea of a booby trap-esque sapper, i.e., when the engineer unsaps a building, the sapper explodes and does X amount of splash damage in a radius around the building. Wouldn't be a lot of damage, but it would be enough to kill a moderately injured engineer, making him think twice about unsapping his buildings. So my stats for this weapon would be so that it takes twice as long to destroy a building as the stock sapper. However, it has the added benefit of a small explosion upon being unsapped. This explosion would affect a relatively small radius around the building and only do minor damage, but it'll hurt, and it'll be enough to kill a moderately injured engineer or other light class within melee range of the building. Of course, this explosion would also damage the spy who placed the red tape recorder, making slamming him down repeatedly impossible. This is really the only idea I have for a red tape recorder that I think makes sense and would actually be a fun thing to see implemented. Please leave a comment with your thoughts on the red tape recorder, how you would change it to make it better, or if you think it's fine as it is, let me know too. It's perfectly fine to have an opinion that's different from the author of the video. I think a lot of people lose sight of that. But anyway guys, that's all I got for now. I just want to say thank you for watching, I really appreciate you. So long for now.